This is Ted Russell. He's been with Ranger General Insurance for almost 5 years, first in a local office doing accounts, then in corporate accounting. He has recently been transferred to Joan Benchley's section in the corporate finance department. Although he hasn't had much real experience in finance, he's known as a hard worker. He's now working on his first major assignment, an internal report to the board of directors on acquisition strategies. There's a lot of work still to do, and the deadline is tight.
So this is related to the Pineway spreadsheet.
Right, and the next set is the notes on the financial statements for their New Jersey operation.
Okay, New Jersey, good.
Joan? I think I've come up with a dynamite idea for really selling the board on Pineways. Now, we could support all this documentation with a really powerful audio-visual piece. Now, those guys are so used to reading all these dry reports, I think if we could come up with a new approach, we might get a really good response.
Ted, we don't have time for that kind of thing.
I want you to call Bob Patterson and ask him for his Pineway sales projection both by region and district, and incorporate the data here in sales to earnings. And then call Jimmy Kahn and see if you can find any holes in the cost of sales. Incorporate his recommendations into your notes. Tell him to use our own model. Then I want you to go down here to earnings projection, do a regression analysis starting with linear, and be sure and highlight the best fits. And have that for me tomorrow afternoon by 5.
Okay. And then maybe we could discuss my ideas for the audio-visual thing?
Ted, forget the audio-visual idea. I want you to concentrate your full effort on this report. Oh, and get your secretary to triple space in future. I need more room for my changes.
Joan, can I see you a minute?
Sure. How's the report going?
Not bad. I've been pumping in the hours.
That's why you got the assignment.
Listen, Joan, I think I've come up with a dynamite idea. You know, if we want to sell the board on the debenture for Pineways, I think we should back up some of the written stuff with an audio-visual presentation. Now, those guys are so used to getting all these dry reports, I think we'd have a good response if we came up with a different approach.
Ted, I'll tell you frankly, I'm not opposed to new approaches, but I think your workload is already pretty heavy just to meet the deadline.
Well, I suppose, but, you know, we could drop some of the written background on Pineways and use the extra time to concentrate in an AV presentation. I mean, these guys wouldn't miss the paper anyway.
They need some print reference for their discussions. And we can't afford to put any more pressure on you. We have to meet that deadline, right?
I'm sure I can handle it, Joe. I'm not afraid of hard work, and I'd really enjoy taking a shot at this.
Ted, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but an audio-visual piece would take a lot of work. And not just from you, but from some of the other people who already have their plates full. Right now, I want to concentrate on the basic presentation to the board, and I want you to devote all your energies to that. Pineways could be an important acquisition for us, and the board isn't going to make a decision on the basis of one presentation. They need facts. And I know you can appreciate with your accounting experience that they can't make any kind of rational decision without the numbers. So that's what we've got to do first. But I want you to keep the AV in mind for the future. I do think it's a good idea. And we may be able to use it if we get another chance, if Pineways clears the first hurdle. But we've got to clear that first. Understand?
Yep, I can see that. We sure don't want to get this project off track. Okay, and if we don't get another shot at it, it won't be because of the proposal.
Great.
Thanks, Joan. You'll have the draft and the rough numbers on your desk by Thursday.